Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and I'm bringing you the F8F Bearcat. Unfortunately, the Bearcat was introduced in 1945 and did not see action in World War II. If it had, it would have been a terror to behold for the Axis powers. It was a U.S. Navy and U.S. Marine Corps fighter aircraft, and the real advantage that this aircraft was designed to implement was climb rate, with the Bearcat ending up having a 23.2 meter per second climb rate. Now, while the aircraft was designed with climb rate in mind, its maneuverability cannot be overlooked. This beast handled so well that many said it was the best handling piston engine fighter ever built. The Blue Angels, the U.S. Navy's flight demonstration team, soon adopted the F8F Bearcat as the aircraft of choice and expanded their renown for spectacular aerobatic maneuvers as a result of the Bearcat's handling characteristics. The maneuverability of the Bearcat allowed it to compete and in some cases even outperform jet aircraft. Overall, the Grumman F8F Bearcat was the pinnacle of United States piston engine designed fighter aircraft. Now, let's do some quick comparisons. As it was a U.S. Navy and U.S. Marine Corps aircraft, the Bearcat, when compared to the F8F Hellcat, was 20% lighter and had a 30% better rate of climb. Furthermore, when comparing it to the Corsair, the Bearcat was a little bit slower but more maneuverable and had that trademarked better climbing rate. Now, when comparing the two designs of the Bearcats, the F8F-1 Bearcat and the F8F-1B Bearcat, your Tier 15 and Tier 16 fighter gap fillers for the US tech tree, the F8F-1 Bearcat has the new M3 machine guns. Now, these new machine guns are going to be very, very well received for American fighter pilots within War Thunder. And within the F8F-1 Bearcat, you have 4 guns with a total of 1,600 rounds, or 400 rounds per gun. And this gives the Tier 15 Bearcat a 3.47 kilogram 1 second burst mass. Then you have the Tier 16 F8F-1B Bearcat, and this bad boy is packing 20mm cannons. That's right, American pilots. You got some cannons and you got added hitted power that comes with them. And these things are armed with the AN-M3 20mm cannons, 4 guns, 820 rounds, or 205 rounds per gun, with a 1 second burst mass of 7.1 kilograms per second. That is pretty powerful. Now, the M3 machine gun, let's talk about that and compare it to what most American 50 caliber armed aircraft are armed with, the M2. Now, the M2 50 caliber machine gun has a fire rate of between 750 and 850 rounds per minute, while the M3 has a fire rate of 1,200 rounds per minute. The fire rate is just so much faster, which allows you to literally almost draw a line of bullets when you are chasing a target. So it allows you to both get higher chances of hitting a moving target, especially in higher deflection angles, as well as being able to put more bullets on target that is not moving, or when you're right behind them on their 6. So overall, the M3 machine guns are a marketable improvement on the M2 50 caliber machine guns and will allow American fighter pilots to do a lot more damage. Now, when comparing the M3 machine gun, which is armed on the F8F-1 Bearcat, to the F8F-1B Bearcat armed with the AN-M3 20mm cannons, both of them have almost near identical sustained time of firing, which is somewhere around 20 seconds. So when I first started playing historical battles, I chose aircraft that were maneuverable and more forgiving for someone who was new, as well as aircraft that were decently armed but had a high amount of ammunition count for those new players who are not very accurate and still coming into their own. Now, you may be tempted to choose the Bearcat because you see that 1,600 rounds of ammunition and you think, wow, you know, I'll be able to have a lot more ammunition. It will allow me to miss a lot more times while still being able to put ordnance downrange and end up getting some hits on an enemy bandit. However, given the rates of fire of the M3 machine gun, how it's 1,200 rounds per minute, and you have about 400 rounds per gun with the F8F-1 50 caliber armed Bearcat, and then the fire rate of the F8F-1B's AN M3 20mm cannons is somewhere around 600 to 700 rounds per minute, and you have 205 rounds per gun. You basically have a sustained rate of fire in both of those aircraft, which is almost identical, somewhere around 20 plus seconds. So that is pretty interesting. Do not underestimate the speed at which the M3 machine gun fires. And overall, it's just going to be so much fun. Now, just a little historical tidbit here while we're watching some of this. And yes, it is mostly AI planes, but that is as a result of the dev server and the difficulty in finding a fully packed historical battle. But stay posted, because right after this little historical tidbit, you will get to see some squad action with me and NTAC and some of our squad mates flying in a fully packed historical battle with me flying the Bearcat. But why do the American aircraft not have 20mm cannons? What is that about? Well, the US Navy, the US Marine Corps wanted 20mm armed aircraft, and they wanted them badly. And at the time, the Hispano cannons that the Brits were manufacturing and using were very, very popular, and the Americans actually tried to develop their own, but for some reason they didn't just replicate the Hispano cannons. They messed around with them, and you know, the old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Well, they're attempting to fix it, only produced 3 different generations, the M1, the M2, and the M3, which the F8F-1B Bearcat is using, all of which were very unreliable and not fit for combat use because of jamming and accuracy issues. So that is a little, you know, that's basically why American aircraft do not have 20mm armed fighter aircraft. And it wasn't until the M39 when finally the Americans came up with a 20mm cannon that was suitable and reliable for use in aircraft. And I have to say, if this comes into the game, it will be just a plane destroyer. It will destroy so much so fast. It has a rate of fire of 1,500 rounds per minute, and compare that to the Hispanos and the AN-M3, which had a 600 to 700 round per minute firing, so almost 3 times the rate of fire. Can you imagine what that 1 second burst mass would be on an M39 20mm cannon? And you may ask yourself, hey, you know, what aircraft would be armed with this? Oh, you know, the MiG killer, the F8F, which by the way saw action in 1953 during the Korean War, which is within the historical scope of the aircraft to be covered in War Thunder. Yeah, that's right, the F8F, which would be the MiG-15 killer. So you American pilots, demand that aircraft. It's within the scope. We may see it. And then as a result, we may see the M39 20mm cannon. Also the F86H, which was basically the Sabre ground attack version, was also armed with M39 cannons, as well as napalm. Wouldn't that be interesting? But anyway, I have digressed off of the topic of the Bearcat. Now, one quick note. The gameplay that you've seen and you will see in this historical battle squad gameplay coming up, the flight model, as with many flight models for aircraft on the dev server, are not completely accurate. They are subject to change, and this doesn't have the proper Bearcat flight model. But you basically, what this dev server has shown off is the armament. The M3 machine gun for the Bearcat, as well as the M3 AN-M3 20mm cannon. So when the flight model is officially changed, you can imagine a much more maneuverable aircraft and an aircraft with a higher rate of climb. And I cannot wait to see that. I think that these Bearcats will rule the skies at tier 14, or excuse me, tier 15 and tier 16 respectively. And I am looking forward to playing the Americans once again. So I'm Baron. I hope you appreciated this little historical insight to the Bearcat, the M3 machine guns, and the M3 20mm cannons. And without further ado, let's see some squad gameplay with me, Baron, in the F8F Bearcat. Alright. Oh, Antec, you went with the... Oh, you went with the Panther, huh?
Yeah, what did you have?
Bearcat.
Oh, dude.
Oh, well. This will work out. I thought... You know, all the cats, it's easy to confuse them all. It's probably good we have a Panther. We have Informer and XP50. Let's see. The other team, they're all Russians, right?
One Panther.
Alright. Alright, I was trying to follow you and then I realized you're a jet, so it's pointless.
Big B16. He's a HB guy. Got an HB team right now, man.
Who is?
Big B16 Jonas. And I think that...
How much you want to bet they're flying Yak 9Ks?
Who's Tetsuo? Yeah, they probably are flying 9Ks.
Tetsuo is the master race.
Alright, let's see. Let's start climbing this bad boy. What's the other dialect of Spanish? There's Catalan? Maybe Catalan.
Wait, why am I trying to follow NTAC?
I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna sneak.
Informer, follow me.
We climbing or what?
I'm climbing, son.
Wow, this plane looks really freaking good. Did they change the way this thing looks or something? Or am I just in a cloud that looks better? That makes no sense at all, but it looks a lot better now.
Someone crashed on the other team.
I hope they fixed it so this thing can actually take, I don't know, damage instead of being one shot by everything in the entire game. I was one shot by an AI the other day.
It's not a Yak 17, that's a MiG-9 or Yak 15P.
That's a MiG-9.
Let's open this package up while I'm climbing.
You have a package?
Yeah, man. From Amazon. Let's open it up. I think if it is what I think it is.
And it's funny.
Panzerleader by General Heinz Guderian.
You got that book?
Guess what I'm getting ready for?
Nice.
Getting ready for World War III?
Yeah, dude. That's exactly what I'm reading up on, you know, World War II books.
Okay, I see all of them.
I don't see any. If you can call them out, or I guess you see dots.
I'm gonna try to fly above and spot.
Informer, where you at, son? Oh, you are climbing like no other. Good. Catch up to me, bruh.
That's what I'm doing.
This thing is nice, dude.
Do they have any jets on their team? They have one, which is a MiG-9. Yeah.
Yep.
They already lost a pilot, too. Mechanical failure, we'll call it. Alright, where are these dots at?
They're probably around L...
I'm seeing some dots.
13? K13?
Red leader. Seeing 2 dots. Man, I wish I had a Panther right now.
What? Yeah, I know, dude.
I just thought I could have swore you said Bearcat, but you know. Whoops.
We got a ton of Bearcats. Corsairs.
Alright,
no,
there is Nibis, there's Jonas, and there is Nibis. Here's Big B in it. We got LA5, Super Mario, Big B, Jonas, all in
Super
LA5s.
Mario? I'm killing him.
Dude.
Just a little more effort, and victory will surely be ours.
9. Alright, yeah, I think we got the drop on these guys. But they're all flying close.
Deutschland.
And then there's Nibis, who's way down low, but he's Yak 9 in it. He's probably trying out what we did, NTAC, trying to grab some ground targets with that 45, only to be dismayed.
Coming at Jonas.
Too neat.
Boom!
And Jonas shall now rage in chat.
What's up, Jonas?
Say that now. They suck, Germans.
Super Mario.
Oh, Super Mario's pissing me off.
If he would have shot you down though, NTAC, you know.
Oh, dude, I know.
You. Alright.
Big B16. I would kill Super Mario, but he's out of my way.
Following one of them into loops.
I want to get Big B now because we can play with him.
I want Super Mario.
You want Big B? Why you
Super
can't?
Mario.
Is that yours, dude? I want to get the Big 9 actually.
Yeah, you should take out that jet.
He's gotta be dead. I just lit him on fire. Oh, he's
This
in a
guy
flat spin
has
now. He's
some
gone.
skills
He's
for the
gone.
kills. Big B's smoking.
Nah, dude, he's in a flat spin. Don't get him. He's gone. Gone.
What maneuvering, Mario? That's why he's super. Or I'm just, you know.
Is he still dead?
There's
Yeah,
the MiG
he's
9.
still
Do you
flat
see him? Do
spinning.
you have eyes on the MiG 9?
Yeah, he's right down low. He just
Oh.
crashed.
Bearcat's so overpowered that I can kill anything.
I'm back.
Dude, Big B is still in a flat spin.
Baron, this thing is. I think this thing's gonna be a contender with sabers
Huh.
and MiGs.
Missed my opportunity. Yeah.
Wow.
It
I
should
missed
be.
mine, too.
The air brakes aren't very good.
Oh,
though,
wow.
That's for sure.
I just derped. Derped on my
What plane?
controls.
There we go. I finally got him. It took me long enough.
Nice.
Dude, he was in the flat spin. That was funny.
Hey, NTAC, what plane?
Oh, the Panther.
He doesn't like you. He's saying goodbye.
Baron and I did a test in the Saber and the MiGs, and they have the Saber. The MiG can outrun the Saber on level flight, but the Saber, I think, can outdive it and keep up in a climb.
Yak 9 up high. Man.
I like the
Yak
different
9
icons
diving.
because now you can tell which AAA and which tanks. I think I'm gonna just go for ground fire and see if I can get as much experience, even though it's a dev server, as possible.
Jeez. I gotta get better with this thing.
It's times 5 experience. I might be able to get the Bearcat, hopefully.
That Yak 9K hits
What-
me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna flip.
Dude, I hit a plane from 2K out with the
I know.
90. It was kinda
We had it
funny.
done in the last match, in one of the other matches. Some guy hit some guy from like over a K out.
Hey, that's epic.
Just critted Nibus's wing.
Nice, nice. I didn't do like anything but get Jonas this match. It's alright
Wow.
with me. That's funny.
10,000 experience per armor.
It was a gentleman's duel. Although
Except
you
for he was
had the
apparently typing
far
in
better
Spanish.
horse.
I
Alright,
could have actually
Nimbus.
got the drop on any of them actually at that point. Because I don't think
I wish
anybody
they
knew I was
screwed
there.
up and they would have put the times 5 experience on the regular server, dude. That would be awesome.
Go for Coulter was.
Left aileron. Go down.
I just skid on the ground and both my engines are going.
Informer, don't touch him. Oh,
I have no
P51.
engines, so I don't plan on it.
There it is.
I'm just a soft landing maybe.
What's with the sound sometimes?
But like where it cuts out randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire son.
I have no clue. I thought it was because of the Panther that killed me last match because he was so close to me, but honestly, if it happened to you, I have no clue.
Yeah. I think it's just
It's been
the
happening
sound
to me,
effects.
too.
There's
Just
no
observing.
overlap for certain files, I'd imagine.
Look at the soft landing experience. Holy crap, 11,000.
Times 5, right?
11,006. Yes, times 5.
Oh!
Dude, that's gonna be epic.
Collision! Red leader's down.
Did he just really crash in the hand?
The P-51.
Dude, that guy
collided.
wanted that kill so bad.
P-51 ran into him.
Yeah, I know. I set him on fire and That's funny.
NTAC below you got the Yak 9.
Oh, hey.
Is he a 9K? Guess there's no way
Yes,
to know.
he is.
Probably.
He's a 9K.
Oh,
He is a 9T.
look at that. This Bearcat ran into him. Alright, so
Well,
everyone's
there's one guy.
dead,
Well,
right?
we won, guys. GG. We
And
won.
victory will be ours.
Whoa.
Dude, this
whoa,
thing
whoa.
turns so nice. 700 kilometers per hour on like tight turning. Can't. It's hard to come out of a roll though. That's the only thing. No flaps even. But man, this is a really nice jet. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about it is coming out of a turn. Can't roll out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good match.
We kind of won that.
Yeah, we won a bit. Won a bit.
I'm gonna do my outro real fast.
Go for it.
Tell your outro people I said hi.
Oh, Baron, do you want me to do an outro?
Yeah, got it.
All right. Dude,
Times 2
you guys,
experience. Plus premium.
113,000 lions, 263,000 experience.
That's nothing.
Times
You wanna know
5,
what I
son.
got?
yeah.
Times
You're
5.
602,000 experience with 154,000 lions.
That's awesome.
Who did?
I almost
Alright.
went through a full level.
Wow.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe to Baron and I's channel. And check out Fly Daily's channel as well. He's got some patch content he's putting out. And thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate you watching. See you in the skies.
See you next time. Covering the new American jet, the F-80C Shooting Star. Now this is the new American Tier 18 jet fighter being shown off here in the patch 1.33 dev server. And here is a look at its canopy, the cockpit, and I want you to make note of the Shooting Star's straight wings, as that will become relevant in the showcase a little later. Now the Shooting Star set a number of firsts for American jet aircraft and American aviation. It was the first American aircraft to exceed 5